Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. It's time for the December 8th reveal of Spellbinders 2024 Crafty Advent Calendar. If you have the Crafty Advent Calendar and haven't looked at today's item, you may want to pause the video. I'm about to reveal it. And if the Crafty Advent Calendars are still available, I will have links in the description box below. So I'll find box number 8. It's on the left side. I'll open up the window, and on the inside flap, there's a picture of a flower, some leaves, and a vase. And it looks like we have another die set. My little bag broke open, so some of those dies did fall out, but I think I do have all of them. I'll lay out all of the die pieces so you can see what's included. So there's the large vase, a couple different stems, 2 leaves, the flower, and then the inside pieces for the flower. The card sketch I'm using today is from Sketch Saturday. This is number 552. And the pattern paper I'm using is from Newton's Nook Designs. This is their Spring Blooms collection. I'm trying to use up some partially used paper pads, and I had all of this scrap stored in a Totally Tiffany Scrap Master 6x6 folder. For the background of my card, I selected this beautiful paper with lots of tulips. For this strip on the left side, using a tone-on-tone purple floral paper. And for the smaller rectangle, I have a tone-on-tone green, sort of lattice-looking design. I'll layer the background piece and also that green piece on some green cardstock from my stash. Before adhering the smaller green piece, I'll put a scrap piece of cardstock on the right side, just in the area where it goes off of the purple pattern paper. Now I'll layer the background piece on green cardstock, put ATG tape on the back, and add my card front onto a card base, leaving 1/8 of an inch of the white card base showing. For my cardstock layers, I generally add an additional 1/8 of an inch. So the tulip pattern paper for the background is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that cardstock layer is 4 1/8 of an inch by 5 3/8 of an inch. I had a narrow strip of the tulip pattern paper left over, so I did put it on the inside of the card just for a little extra detail. Now I'll start working on the flower and vase. I cut out the vase from pattern paper from the same Spring Blooms collection. It's a lovely pink tone-on-tone floral design. The flower will be purple to match more of the pattern paper. For the inside of the flower, I used 2 different shades of yellow cardstock, and for that very center piece, I used some gold pearlescent cardstock from my stash. I'm gluing all of the die cut pieces on a cut down version of Scrapbook.com's white project grip mat. For the leaves and the stems, this green cardstock is the same color I use for the pattern paper layers. At the end of the stems, there's a small circle. This is where you can add your adhesive and then attach either the leaves or the flower blossom. It's nice that they included long stems. If you want it shorter, you can simply trim it down, and that's what I'm doing. On the back of the vase, I'm adding a piece of double-sided adhesive tape. I'll adhere the flower. Now I'll glue the leaves at the end of the stems. I thought about adding 3 leaves, just 2 of them on the stems, 1 of them not, but I end up only using 2 of the leaves. So now I'll add the leaves behind the flower, just trying to figure out placement, and I did tear off the bottom area of the stems. The 2 leaf dies that are included, one leans more toward the right and the other to the left, and I like that they're different sizes. So here's where I'm trying to add that 3rd leaf, and it just didn't look right. So I end up putting that one aside. Now I'll flip over the vase with the flowers, and I will be popping it up with foam dimension. I'm using Scrapbook.com's small foam squares in the 1 mm thickness. So it'll add just that little bit of dimension without the card being super thick. Make sure to get good coverage behind the vase. Add a few behind the leaves and one piece behind the flowers. Now remove the release paper and adhere the flower and vase on a stitched oval die cut. And the oval die is from Sunny Studio. And I use some white shimmer paper so it has this lovely finish. For a sentiment, I'm adding hello, and this sentiment banner is included in day 1 of the advent calendar. And I cut it out from some gold pearlescent cardstock from my stash. Before adhering the oval down, I will add some foam dimension just on the right side where it goes off of all those other cardstock layers. Then I'll put barely art glue on the back of the rest of the oval and adhere it in place. Next, I'll add the sentiment hello, and I decided to adhere it directly onto the pink vase. I'm putting it more toward the bottom. I'll put barely art glue on the back and adhere it down. The ends of the banner will go off the edge of the pink vase. I will place a large acrylic block on top for some added weight while the glue dries. For embellishments, I'm adding some enamel dots, and these are from my stash. Probably had them for over 5 years, maybe 10 years. They're from the Paper Studio. I probably purchased them from my local Hobby Lobby. Thought this purple color matched beautifully. I'll put 3 in the upper left-hand corner and 2 in the lower right-hand corner. So there is my finished card. I love how this turned out, and it's been so fun using up some older pattern paper. My daughter is still playing along, and here's a look at her gorgeous card. She added a wax seal that she made. I recently taught her how to make wax seals, and now she's addicted. She wants to make them all the time. And you will be seeing more of the wax seals she's made on future cards this month. If you are interested in any of the products I used in this video, I do have links in the description box below if they are still available. Be sure to come back tomorrow for the December 9th reveal and a card. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.